Okay, everyone, you join us in another Lexus ES. This one looks identical inside to the 350h Hybrid we were just driving around, and even a little bit the very, very nice executive package 350e. This is the 500e, so dual motor all-wheel drive, 332 horsepower, I believe. Range is down a little bit. It's in the 376 range, depending on what wheel option you choose for. And overall, it's pretty much the same as the 350e in terms of technology and stuff. It's the electric one, just with two motors instead of one, and more power, which should be nice. Has started raining out here, though, so we should be a little bit careful. Let's head off. I'm curious to see how much quicker this is, though, than the 350e. With that additional power output. Now, battery packs are also identical, so it really is just those motors, and this is actually missing quite a few features compared to even my 350h tester. We don't have the digital rear view mirror, for example, and I believe we have a sport mode. Let's swipe through these. We do. Oh, this one actually has the touch sound on, which I'm not a particularly big fan of. Now, this is a similar horsepower, battery, and motor setup I've seen to a few other Toyota / Subaru even products and other Lexus EVs. Let's head off. No tire squeal this time. Whoa! That's potent. Yeah, that is a significant upgrade compared to the 350e we just tested. Obviously, both front and rear wheels are being driven today. In this particular one, this is a brand new vehicle. This got some punch. This has a serious punch to it. Now, we also tested the RZ, the SUV 550e. So that's actually above this in terms of power rating. It has around 406-ish horsepower. That one felt pretty dynamic, actually, which kind of surprised me. Not feeling very dynamic in this ES, which is totally on brand. This is a ES at the end of the day. It's meant to be more comfortable and luxurious. Sharp wipers are on auto here. Coming to a stop in this 500e. I've driven a lot of cars today. Apologies. Nice and smooth. Very nice. Come off here. It's a very gradual power upgrade, or power increase, I would say. It feels a little bit smooth off the start. They don't have like that on and off style pedal that we get out of some other EVs, like a BMW, for example. You really just feel like you're launching it off. This feels rather smooth, actually. Until you're on the power and it just takes off. We still have those paddle shifters over here, as you can see, for our regenerative braking, which is really nice. And now we are in sport mode. We can also put it in normal mode here. Steering lightens up just a little bit. I like how this drives, and as I mentioned in the 350e, you do notice the extra weight underneath you, and surprisingly, and this is one of the things I've been really interested today, and this is why I drove this last out of all of the Lexus ESs we have for sampling, is I wanted to see how different the all-wheel drive really does feel, because both our hybrid and the electric 350s were both front-wheel drive. You definitely notice the rear wheels being driven a lot more in this new ES. It's pretty direct feeling as well. With the chassis movements, steering's very, that's been a common thing without them. The side-to-side movements are actually quite controlled. Yeah, you definitely feel the weight in this. Going over these bumps around a corner, you can feel that mass just keeping the vehicle a lot more planted down to the ground. Yeah, this is a good amount of power. I'm very curious to see long-term range. This is actually showing, surprisingly, more range at a lower percentage than the 350e was showing, with the air on as well. It all really ends up being how your driving style is. Yeah, this is interesting. So this is actually showing more range in this Lexus than the front-wheel drive one right now. Just goes to show you how all of these little guessometer style range estimators really do depend on your driving style completely. That car had more miles on it, more driving time. Pop it into sport here for these twisty roads. Yeah, this definitely has a significant punch to it. I would love to see a 550 variant with a little bit more power. I don't know who would buy that. And an ES, which is supposed to be a calmer luxury sedan, more reserved. Very quiet in here. I really don't have to speak much at all. Let's turn around in this parking lot here. Steering definitely weights up quite a bit in the sports mode. It's quite noticeable. Quick turn around here. Again, really long vehicle. Over 200 inches long. There's space for these cars in front. I have a feeling we'll catch them rather quickly. This rather dynamic Lexus ES. Front tile square there. Yeah, it gets up and goes. The regen is quite fun to play with the paddles actually. While you may not have those simulated shifting style experience, the regen is pretty strong. So if we put it into full regenerative braking, it brings me really, really hard to a stop actually. So we'll head up to speed here. I'll show you an example of this. Wow. Yeah, it's full regen. You can actually hear their motors regenning. They're spinning so hard. Yeah, this is the ES EV to get. This is fun. I'd be curious, I don't think they're making it anymore, to see how this would kind of handle in a smaller wheelbase, smaller overall sedan format. But I think I'd prefer a engine at the end of the day for a sporty sedan experience. Though it's a luxury sedan with power, This is nice. This is nice. There is a very clear difference between all ES trims. There's also an eco trim as well. I'm sorry, eco mode, not trim. Let's see how that changes our throttle or acceleration. Wow, that's a huge delay. So with sport, I have an example here. You can see how instantly it picks up. Pop it into eco, for example, and you know it should be relatively smoother. Same throttle. Wow, that's a huge difference. So eco not only will help you drive smoother, it will force you to drive smoother because your accelerator pedal isn't as aggressive. That's how most eco modes typically end up working. I would say it's a little bit more important in these EVs. We also have a range mode, just like in the 350e, that limits your speed, turns off air conditioning, decreases power. Wow, that's even less power than eco mode. That was, yeah, you really noticed that. So that will help you get the most range out of this all-new Lexus ES. So first driving impressions, it's quiet, it's quick, relatively planted, fun to drive. Not so much necessarily super fun, but if you like a lot of speed and an instant acceleration from an EV, you definitely got that in the 500e. I'd love to see this combined with that executive seating package, the bamboo trim, ultimate spec electric ES there if you are looking for this type of vehicle. Very curious though that they didn't include a sort of one pedal driving style mode and like a B mode. We just have R, reverse neutral drive, and that's it. There's no B mode. Very interesting. Thank you guys for joining us on another drive of a Lexus product today. Make sure to watch all of our other ES reviews. We've basically reviewed the entire Lexus ES lineup. Oh, there is the voice control. And stay tuned for more coming on Allcarnews. Cheers.